press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Well, students, we are supposed to discuss regarding ecological pyramids. Ecological pyramids. This is under energy flow. This also comes under energy flow. Before going to talk about this, let us just recollect from what we have discussed in earlier class. We went on with one of the chart showing the flow of energy through different tropic level. So it all begin with sun. The sun rays especially when fall on plants. So the plants will form the first tropic level. And you know that they are the producers. When sunlight is falling on the plant, some of it will be lost in the form of any heat. So the plants form the producers and they will be occupying the first tropic level. On plants, let us say the caterpillar, the larva of the caterpillars, the larva of insects will be dependent. When caterpillar feeds on plant, some part of it will be lost in the form of heat once again. The caterpillars will occupy the second tropic level. Second tropic level. And then from caterpillar, on caterpillar, the birds especially will feed. A bird will feed. So the bird over here will occupy the third tropic level. Over here, the caterpillar will be the primary consumer. Likewise, the bird will be the secondary consumer. While the bird feeds on caterpillar, some part of energy here also will be lost in the form of any heat. And on the bird, let us say the vulture or hawk will be dependent, and naturally it is a tertiary consumer. And you know that it forms the fourth tropic level. The fourth tropic level. And here also some part of energy will be lost in the form of heat. What to be noticed here is, while the energy flow is occurring through different tropic levels, at each tropic level some part of energy will be lost in the form of heat. One or the other day, these animals, especially plants, has to die. When they die, they undergo decomposition by what we call it as decomposers. Decomposers like bacteria, fungi, and also the detritivores like earthworms, the beetle, etc. will bring about decomposition. While decomposition process is happening, once again the heat will get liberated from each of these organisms. When they are undergoing decomposition, there will be dead matter. From the dead matter also some part of heat is liberated. Finally, the decomposers are able to convert the organic complex organic compounds present in these organisms into simple inorganic substance Some part of that simple inorganic substance will be consumed by decomposers for their energy requirement. Other part will be added to soil to make the soil very fertile, and in that fertile soil the plants use those nutrients to grow. This is what exactly we had discussed in our last class. Now, we will go ahead with the ecological pyramids. Here, the base of the pyramid is always broad. This is the base and this is the apex of a pyramid. So here it is broad. As it goes up, it becomes narrow. Likewise, especially whether you express the biomass or energy, you express biomass or energy, and you can say the food, that is energy, the food. In different trophic levels, organisms between different trophic level, when you express them, they also form a pyramid-like structure. When you are expressing various organisms that occupy the different trophic level, their relationship with reference to the biomass, energy and also the food. That relationship, if you plot, that also will get the pyramid-like shape. Such is called ecological pyramid. And here the relationship between the organisms occupying different trophic levels will be expressed in the form of number, biomass and energy. In ecological pyramids, the relationship between various organisms that occupy the different trophic level will be expressed in the form of number, biomass and energy. Well, the base of the pyramid will always be occupied by producers. You can say the primary producers, that is nothing but the plants. The producers always occupies the base of the pyramid, and towards the narrow tip will be occupied by top carnivores. Top carnivores or highest trophic level will be occupied. That is what you call it as top carnivore, or you call that as top consumer. The top consumer will be towards the apex of the pyramid, and the base of the pyramid is always occupied by producers, or what we call them as plants. Okay, just to begin with this particular concept called ecological pyramid. So a pyramid will have a larger base. As it goes up towards the tip, it narrows down. And especially we can plot the relationship between organisms of different trophic level using a pyramid-like structure. When you represent the relationship, it also takes the shape of a pyramid. The pyramid relationship may be plotted in the form of number or biomass or energy. The base, which is always broader, will be occupied by producers, or what we call them as clients. Towards the tip, towards the apex, which is narrow, the top carnivores, or you call that as top consumers, will occupy. And there are three types of ecological pyramid. There are three types of ecological pyramid. Like ecological pyramid of number, ecological pyramid of biomass, we have three. One, ecological pyramid of number. Then, this is the first one, ecological pyramid of biomass. Ecological pyramid of biomass. You know that the biomass is nothing but the living matter. The third one is ecological pyramid of energy. How many types of ecological pyramids are there? Three types. What are there? Ecological pyramid of number, ecological pyramid of biomass, ecological pyramid of energy. Here the relationship between various trophic levels will be taking the actual number of organisms present in that ecosystem in a particular area. We will go to count exact number. In the second one, in those individuals, organisms that are present in different trophic level, their biomass is considered, that is a living matter. In the earlier class we had discussed, whenever you are measuring the biomass with the dry weight is more accurate than fresh weight. In ecological pyramid of energy, how much of energy will be passed on from one trophic level to the other trophic level actually concerned? You know that it follows the 10% law. So here ecological pyramids, we are taking the relationship either in number or biomass or energy. Let us consider the ecological pyramid of number. What exactly the ecological pyramid of number means? You are representing, actually taking exact number of individual plants that occupy the first trophic level. Let us say that we are considering an ecological pyramid of a grassland. First trophic level will be occupied by plants. You know that we call them as primary producers. The primary producer, and you know that is the first trophic level, that you can say that is PP, short form. And let us say that there are around 58 lakhs 42,000 plants, mean grass. Okay, naturally when we are considering the actual numbers here, then on this whatever the depends will be, we call them as primary consumers, or otherwise you call them as herbivore, primary consumer. You can abbreviate it as short form PC. Here let us say that the animals like the grasshopper, rabbit, mice, etc., their number will be around 7,08,000. 7,08,000. On this, the dependent one will be the secondary consumers, or you can call them as carnivores. Short form will be SE. Let us say their number is around 3,54,000. Something like wolf and wild dogs, okay, etc. Then will be tertiary consumers. We can, in short form, we can write it as TC. There will be just 3 because they eat lot of secondary consumers. They require as a food. And in a grassland ecosystem, there are about nearly 6 million, 1 million means 10 lakhs, 6 million plants. On these 6 million plants, they can especially feed only 3 top carnivores. Only 3 top carnivores can be especially supported from what we call it as 6 million plants. When you watch this, it's a pyramid-like structure with a broader base and narrow tip, apex. The base of the pyramid, when you considering the number, ecological pyramid of number in a grassland ecosystem, you get here. So here all these are trophic levels. All this. Actually these are number of individuals. A question can be asked, sir, is it we have to write the same numbers? The same numbers as being given in your textbook. Basing on this also a neat question can be given. So they can especially belong this. And then they ask the option out of the following, which one is the correct option for the ecological pyramid of number that may be given. So likewise, normally it is better to have the numbers what they are given in a textbook in your mind, because that can be framed as a question. Okay, what exactly it is? Ecological pyramid of number. On this side what we have especially primary producers, PP short form, primary consumers. You know that producers are the plants on which the primary consumers are dependent, and especially the secondary consumers are dependent on the primary consumers, and top consumers are dependent on secondary consumers. naturally their number will be more, their number will be very less. Just imagine if their number is more, what may happen? When their number is more, naturally they feed all the secondary consumers in a short period. When they consume all the secondary consumers in the short period, they also will going to die. Likewise, if there is a variation in this, naturally it leads to the especially the death. Finally, all the organisms. Just imagine if the number of primary consumers become more, then what happens? They all eat up all the plants. When they eat up all the plants, they will not only get the food. So that is what exactly happens. So there has to be proper number maintenance should be there for sustainability of an ecosystem. Well, then we will go ahead with ecological pyramid of biomass. You know that what is exactly the biomass is? The biomass is a living material present in organisms which are present in the specific trophic levels. Ecological pyramid of biomass. Considering that, here we have broad base. Here we will be taking PP, primary producers. Let us consider, we have to consider the weight. There we consider the number, we are considering the weight. Kgs per meter square. So let us say that it has around 809 kgs. That is the total living material of all the plants coming under primary producers that occupies the first trophic level. On this, the PC, primary consumers, are dependent, and their weight is comparatively less. Weight means the living material, biomass of primary consumer is 37 kgs when compared to 8 kgs of plant living material. Then on this, we have secondary consumers, and they have around 11 kgs of dry weight, that is biomass. On these dependent are very less number of tertiary consumers. Let us say their weight will be around 1.5 kgs. And here, this is a list of trophic level. Primary producer occupy first trophic level, primary consumer second trophic level, secondary consumer third trophic level, tertiary consumer fourth trophic level. What we observe here is considerable decrease in biomass at higher trophic level. There is considerable decrease in biomass towards or higher trophic level. Higher trophic levelಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್ ಬಹಳ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. So that is what exactly we can know from ecological pyramid of biomass. In this particularly, we can also consider a inverted biomass of pyramid of biomass. Say a special case normally in marine ecosystem, one can observe the inverted pyramid of biomass. What we until now we had considered, the pyramid will always have a broader base and it narrows down towards the tip. But here it's a special case. Let us especially consider the aquatic ecosystem. You know that there will be the presence of phytoplanktons. So the phytoplanktons. What are these phytoplanktons are? They are microscopic plant-like organisms. The phytoplanktons are microscopic plant-like organisms, and especially their number will be more, but their size will be small, and they multiply at very rapid rate. So just imagine their biomass will be less, let us say about 4 kgs. See, that is nothing but we can also call standing crop of phytoplanktons. Standing crop, that is nothing but the living material. So on this, what are dependent? Zooplanktons are dependent. Okay, what are dependent? Zooplanktons. What are zooplanktons as such? Zooplanktons are microscopic animal-like organism, but they do not multiply at the rate of phytoplanktons, but they have more biomass. So here let us say their biomass is about 21 kgs. The weight will be measured in terms of kg per meter square. Here this is PP, primary producers, that is phytoplanktons, and this is primary consumer, that is zooplanktons. What happens here? What has happened? Especially these are trophic level. What exactly has happened here? Lesser biomass of, okay, you can say something like that, low biomass of phytoplanktons supports high biomass of zooplanktons. So this is especially we can see in an aquatic ecosystem or the marine ecosystem, because The rapidity of multiplication is of phytoplanktons is more higher than zooplanktons. They multiply at a slow rate, but their biomass level will be higher when compared to this. Even though they have low biomass, since they have multiplied at a very faster rate, they can support this. So if I write like this, certainly a question comes to your mind. So these organisms at a particular time will have a very higher biomass, whereas these phytoplanktons will have a lower biomass. How they can support? But even though they have low biomass, their multiplication rate is very, very high, very rapid. That is how they can support it. So in this case, the base becomes narrow and towards the top becomes broader, and that is why the pyramid has taken the inverted pyramid shape. That you can watch it with reference to marine ecosystem. And then we will be moving over to the next concept. Next concept. Ecological pyramid of energy. Ecological pyramid of energy. Or the third one. Pyramid of energy. When you plot this pyramid of energy, always the base of energy pyramid is always broad, because they are the ones which fix the energy from sunlight. And you know that they fixing whatever the energy, and they also producing the living material, which is nothing but NPP, net primary productivity. So this is the primary produces the plant. Let us imagine that they produce around 10,000 joules of energy for a particular ecosystem. So naturally on this, the one that is dependent are primary consumers. And with reference to energy, you all know that energy flow in an ecosystem through different trophic levels follows 10% law. Taking that into account, so the energy that is passed on will be to next level will be 1000 joules. 1000 joules. And then the energy that is passed on to the secondary consumer, it will be 100 joules. And from here, it has to be passed on to tertiary consumer, and it is 10 joules. So here we are measuring the energy either in joules or in kilocalories, whereas these are nothing but trophic level. See, the plants capture just around 1% of the solar energy of the sunlight to produce net primary productivity that is available to the consumers. See, the energy that is produced by autotrophs by capturing around 1% of the sun energy that is falling onto the earth, and using that they are able to produce this net primary productivity. On this net primary productivity, all other organisms are dependent. Never ever the ecological pyramid of energy will be inverted. Ecological pyramid of energy will always be upright. So what we considered three ecological pyramid. So ecological pyramid of number, where we took actual number of individuals present in each tropic level and represented in the form of a pyramid. In the case of ecological pyramid of biomass, we went on to measure the biomass of all the individuals in each tropic level, and then we went on to represent them in the form of a pyramid. And there one exception we took. In case of marine ecosystem or aquatic ecosystem, a small amount of standing crop of the phytoplankton can support a biomass of zooplanktons, because of multiplication rate of phytoplanktons is much higher when compared to zooplanktons. That is what exactly with the pyramid of biomass there. So thereby it took what is called as inverted pyramid. But when we came over to ecological pyramid of energy, the very first point what we have to be note down is just 10% of the energy will be passed on from one tropic level to the other tropic. Whatever the energy present here, only 10% of it will be passed on. That is why even though plants fix about 10,000 joules of energy, only 1,000 joules can be passed on to the next tropic level. Out of the 1,000 joules, only 100 joules can be passed on, and from 100 joules, only 10 joules can be passed on to the next. That is what exactly pyramid of energy. That is the reason why never ever the pyramid of energy will be inverted. Always it will be upright. Okay. This is with reference to three pyramids, ecological pyramids. And here always note down the number given for each pyramids, each tropic levels of pyramids. Any calculation of energy content, biomass or number, any calculation with reference to energy content, number and biomass with reference to ecological pyramid, all organisms in each tropic level has to be considered. Okay. All organisms at each tropic level has to be considered. And you cannot generalize it. No generalization. Taking one organism and saying 100 organisms will have same. No. Because the energy content may vary. And especially, no generalization will be true if you consider few individuals, few individual in tropic levels. So when you are calculating, the calculation should include all the individuals, and especially you cannot take only few individual at each tropic level. It has to be all individuals. That is why you cannot generalize it. See, generalizing means they say all, especially all people, like students in this class are dull. All will going to fail like this. This is generalization. That is very bad. So likewise, generalizing, taking few individuals and equating them, that's the wrong thing. And also, a given organism may occupy more than one tropic level simultaneously. Just take an example of a bird. See, if a bird is eating a nut, it's an herbivore. Just while eating a nut, suddenly it may eat an insect. Naturally, it shifts from herbivore to a carnivore. Okay, and that is the reason why especially given organism may occupy more than one tropic level simultaneously. ಒಮ್ಮೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮು ಎರಡು ಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. How? At a time it can act as an herbivore and also it can act as a carnivore. Just imagine, a man is eating a burger, isn't eating a burger. He may have a plant slice also and also animal, and thereby what may happen? At a time he can be there as an herbivore as well as a carnivore, primary consumer as well as secondary consumer. That's the thing. And you know that here the tropic level will represent a functional level. Here tropic level represents functional level. It will not represent a species. It will not represent a species. It will not represent a species. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅದು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. Primary consumer is a group where you can have several species. So it's a functional level. Plants means primary producers means one level. You can have grass, you can have especially tree, you can have phytoplanktons, all those things. And even then you have different species. So a tropic level represents the functional level, not the species as such. A given species may occupy more than one tropic level. A given species may occupy more than one tropic level. of the same ecosystem at the same time. This is relating to this. Here we are taken an organism, here we are considering a species. A given species may occupy more than one trophic level of the same ecosystem at the same time. Okay, what are the things we are discussing regarding ecological pyramid? Any calculation of ecological pyramid with energy content, number and biomass, there you should consider all the organisms present at each trophic level. No generalization will be true by taking very few individuals of each trophic level. A given organism, here we are considering an organism, individual, here the species. A given organism may occupy more than one trophic level simultaneously. Trophic level represent the functional level, not the species. It will not represent a particular species. A given species may occupy more than one trophic level of the same ecosystem at the same time. See, for example, a sparrow, if it eats a seed or a fruit, or a sparrow eats a seed or a fruit, then it is considered as primary consumer or especially herbivore. When a sparrow eats seed or fruit, it is considered as primary consumer. When the same sparrow eats an insect, it can eat an insect or it can eat a worm, then it is referred as secondary consumer, or it can be referred as primary carnivore. Certainly, a question rises to our mind. What about humans? In what category humans can come? When a human eats a fruit or a seed, then is considered as primary consumer, and naturally is an herbivore. Especially when a human eats a meat of goat or sheep or cow, when it is cow, it is called as a beef, then he will be secondary consumer or primary carnivore. When a man eats chicken. You know that chicken is the meat of hen. Then that hen eats an insect. Then a hen eats an insect. So what the man is eating? It's eating the meat of hen. It's called as chicken. That hen in turn has ate the insect or worm. Insect or worm. Then he can go for tertiary consumer or top carnivore. Top carnivore. So human when eats a fruit seed will be referred as what? Primary consumer. When he eats the meat, it is secondary consumer. When he eats chicken, it's a meat of hen. That hen in turn has ate insect or worm. Then the man will be tertiary consumer. A primary consumer can be referred as an herbivore. Secondary consumer can be referred as carnivore. The tertiary consumer can be referred as top carnivore. So thereby humans can be classified into herbivore or carnivore or top carnivore basing on what exactly is eating. Well, so we are going through with ecological pyramids. When a sparrow eats a seed or a fruit, it is the primary consumer or herbivore. When the same sparrow eats insect or worm, it is secondary consumer. This is we are quoting to show an example for a particular organism can occupy the different trophic levels simultaneously. And also given species may occupy more than one trophic level of the same ecosystem at the same time. So our curiosity with humans may be herbivore when he is feeding on plant product directly. He can be carnivore when he is eating an herbivore. And he can be top carnivore when he is consuming the carnivore. That is what exactly the concept is. And especially in most of the ecosystem, ecological pyramid of number, ecological pyramid of biomass, ecological pyramid of energy will always be upright. For the point, in most of ecosystem, in most of the ecosystem, ecological pyramid of number, biomass and energy are always upright, because producers are producers are more in number, and they are having higher biomass, and also they have very high energy. They have very high energy content, then primary consumer. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, naturally the pyramid of number of most of the ecosystem will become upright. And in such a scenario, then the primary consumers will be more in number, have high biomass and higher energy content than secondary consumer. Likewise, secondary consumers has to have more in number, high biomass, high energy content than the tertiary consumer. In such scenario, in such ecosystem, pyramid of number, biomass and energy will always be upright. Especially. And you know that energy will always be upright, whatever the ecosystem. But there may be some exception with reference to number and biomass. I think you got this point very clear. In most of the ecosystem in nature, the pyramid of number, biomass, energy are upright. So in such scenario, the producers must be more in number. They should have higher biomass, higher energy content or higher energy level when compared to primary consumers. Likewise, the primary consumers has to be more in number, high biomass, high energy than secondary consumers. Even the secondary consumers has to be more when compared to tertiary. So these will be, tertiary will be lesser than secondary. Secondary has to be lesser than primary. Primary has to be lesser than producers. Then only the pyramid will become upright. But in majority of the ecosystem, it is upright. But there are exceptions. There are certain exceptions for this generalization. So that exceptions let us consider number of insects or especially or they're feeding on a plant, a single tree. Number of insects are feeding in a single tree. So tree 1, insects may be 1,000 or 2,000 or more than that, 20,000 insects. This is tree, producers. This is an insect. It is a primary consumer. So naturally it gets inverted. Narrow base and broader top. Okay, something like this. And imagine to this, smaller birds are feeding on it. Then they become secondary. Let us say about 100 birds. And then on this there is a large bird. Let us say 3. Tertiary consumer. Then you observe the pyramid now. The pyramid becomes spindle-like pyramid. Okay, that is what exactly. So this is a tree, a single tree. More number of insects. These insects are feed the smaller birds. Smaller birds and in turn feed the larger bird. So there it shakes, what we call it as inverted one. So this is exactly the pyramid of biomass in a sea. As we already talked, pyramid of biomass of a sea is always inverted. Okay. Today we'll stop here. When we meet in next class, we will continue from this. We are right now going through with the ecological pyramids.